What's up, Archons? I'm Flightless Pheasant, and today we have another update from Ghost Galaxy about the Aember Skies Gamefound Pledge Manager. This one is going over the new add-on items, which I did scroll through this article already, so I know what's coming, but I'm very excited. So let's see what the new items are. We've added 2 additional items to the Pledge Manager. Don't miss out on them. As we gear up for the Pledge Manager's launch, we always take a look at the campaign with new eyes. Our goal is to continue to reevaluate the campaign to make sure it's the best it can be and also offers great items for you, the backer, to enjoy. We also look to see what new things we can offer to help you get the items you want as you get ready to close your pledge. This time around, it's no different. We have 2 new items to add to the Pledge Manager that we're sure you will enjoy. I'm very excited. Let's do it. The Great Hunt Adventure Playmat! Ah, yeah, boy! Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Ah, that looks so good. I love the orange. Zones for everything. A sky realm, a battle line, a place for my artifacts, a place for my archive. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. My only complaint about this whole playmat at all is that it only has space for 2 player battle lines and not space for a third. So I would have preferred, personally, I would have preferred if we had put Port Halyard, the Nantucket, and the Nantucket upgrades right below the enemy battle line so that there was room for a third player on the playmat. Because these mats are huge, you guys, right? They're enormous. And if you had moved this up here, then I think there would have been room for 3 players still. But that's a minor nitpick overall, right? There's still plenty of room for 2 players, and you can just sort of move them up yourself if you want, but it would have been nicer if they had just already been printed there. I realize that would have covered up this really nice Sky Beast art a little bit, but I think that's okay. They're semi-transparent anyway. It would have been fine. It would have worked out fine. All right. Let's read what they say about it before I keep geeking out. All right. Prepare to impress the Halyards with this premium Great Hunt playmat. It measures 26 by 30. Yeah, it's so big. And it's designed specifically for the Keyforge Adventures, the Great Hunt. Makes it easy to set up to start hunting the Sky Beasts and deal with the aggressive Stormkin pirates on your tail. Lay the cards in the preset spots on the mat and begin your journey in the skies. The playing surface is made from a fully colored cloth adhered to black neoprene backing that ensures a non-slip and lie flat surface. Yeah, absolutely. These are great. I love them. We know many Keyforge Adventure players really enjoy these special designed playmats, so making a new one for the Great Hunt was a no-brainer. Be sure to add this to your cart to play Keyforge Adventures the Great Hunt in the best way. Absolutely. Grab it. Use it. They're awesome. I love them so much. Like, they're huge, right? Which is the only real downside. But the box is relatively small, and they roll up pretty easy, and you can store the whole thing. Need it, want it, gotta have it. No questions. And then Keyforge Adventures Fall of House Gormengeist Nightmare Expansion. Making its debut at Keyforge Celebrations 2, the Keyforge Adventures Fall of House Gormengeist Nightmare Expansion will finally be available to those unable to attend. This expansion comes with 20 cards to increase the difficulty for those who have bested the Gormengeist Mansion with ease. With more challenging obstacles, including an enhanced version of the Grim Reaper, the Gormengeist Mansion will prove to be quite a terror to overcome. We hope you enjoy the new add-ons and snatch them up when the Pledge Manager opens on May 27th. So this is also great, right? They added a whole bunch of hard mode stuff for Fall of House Gormengeist. Personally, not all that interested. Fall of House Gormengeist is already too hard, in my opinion. It already takes way too much to beat. But some people really like that, you know? And if that's your thing and you have a great time with it, then have a great time with it. Enjoy it. Get into it, you know? But I think I'm going to pass on the Nightmare expansion for Fall of House Gormengeist. I think it was plenty hard enough. But I do like the idea of having Nightmare mode expansions for all of the adventures, so that if you want a more difficult experience, you can get one. Which means we can probably expect something similar for the Great Hunt, which I assume would have more more Stormkin, different, better, stronger Sky Beasts, things like that. And that would be really, really cool. While we're on the subject of Keyforge Adventures, I dearly, dearly love the Keyforge Adventures. They are absolutely one of my favorite ways to play Keyforge. And I was a little disappointed to see that we weren't going to get one that was going to come out with Aember Skies that was going to be connected to Prophetic Visions. I know a lot of you are already aware of that. But the other thing that I was kind of disappointed, or not disappointed, the other thing that I've been thinking about a lot is there's no need for each adventure to be tied to the current set, right? I mean, it's good for promotional purposes, and it like gives people something to connect to the set with. But we could go backwards and do some older ones, because we've had some sets that absolutely could have used a Keyforge adventure to really flesh out what's going on, right? And as a guy who really likes the lore of this game, that's really cool for me. I like being able to look at in more detail, especially in an interactive or playable format, some of the specifics of the different key points in the game, right? Like, the two that really come to my mind, the first one is the sealing of the Dark Amber Vault. That feels like that would be an awesome adventure, right? It would just be so cool to play as the Order of the Red Shroud subsection of House Sanctum, just trying to seal the Dark Amber Vault, or playing as one of the many Archons that helped them do that, right? As you're pushing back against the mutants who are just pouring out of this Dark Amber Vault and creating the seals that are going to hold the vault closed. I think that'd be really cool. And then the other one that might be kind of cool, though I'm not exactly sure how they would do it, is it might be kind of cool to do one for Worlds Collide that centers around like the crash landing of the Quantum. I don't know exactly how that one would work, but it's you know, there are things we can do, right? There's points in this story that could be really cool to explore and experiment with. And I think that the adventures are a great way to do that. I also think the adventures are really approachable for the more casual players out there. Those of us who don't put a lot of stock in vault tours, who don't buy multiple displays of decks at a time, you know, who really just want one sort of more consistent, repeatable experience that we can share with other people in a cooperative format. And I think that the adventures are really, really good for that. And that's why I definitely want to see more. You know, I know I've talked about this before already, but I want to get my voice out there so that people hear that there are people who want more adventures. Because I know that Ghost Galaxy has a limited amount of development resources and a limited number of people who work on these things and put effort into these things. And I want them to be hearing from the community that this is a thing that we want more of and that we've really enjoyed. So that's my mini rant on the subject. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm going to the San Antonio Vault Tour. I will be there this weekend. Come say hi, shake my hand, high five me, whatever your pleasure. And after that, I'm gonna do my pledge manager stuff, and I imagine there'll be more announcements possibly over the weekend. And if there are more announcements over the weekend, you guys know me, I'll put an update out. But this is good. These are great. I definitely wanted this. I was literally asking for this. Those of you who saw my last video know this was specifically what I was hoping would be included in the new add-ons. So yeah. That's all I have for you today. So until next time, later, Archons.